In this episode, I'm going to fill out a brand strategy document. It's a document that I built in Affinity, which takes every brand decision, like who am I, what's my customer, my voice and personality, all these things, and it puts it in one document that I can export as a PDF and send to anyone on my team or reference myself in the future. It's just super convenient to not get lost in all your ideas that you have about the brand. I'm going to start by typing the brand name. These are just my initials and I don't need to think about it too much because I already decided that I don't want a brand name that, well, it's all going to make sense when we go into who are we section, but essentially I don't need a branded name like some abstract name. I'm going to use my initials because it best fits the brand that I'm trying to build. I already have like a DIY logo. It will be better in the future, but right now I'm just gonna put it in here so I remember my idea. The logo is just gonna be a handwritten version of my initials. I've wrote this very quickly. Don't judge me. One line brand position. For those who already know who they are becoming. Date is May 27, version 1. Next, I'm going to fill out this section, starting with the spectrum. I sit in the indie luxury space, which is mainly affected by the price of the perfume as well as the channels where it's going to be sold. And the price for 30 ml is going to be 140 euros. Next, the archetypes. I know that for me, the primary is the rebel, and the secondary is the magician. How does this archetype shows up visibly? One sentence, specific behavior. I wrote many things yesterday already, so I'm not going to retype them, but I'll fill them in. It just explains how this brand is embodied in real life. For example, the rebel doesn't need approval. The magician is always kind of obscure and a little bit mystique. The magician is all about transformation, and the rebel is about rejecting the trends and all that. Next, the only statement, the only fragrance brand where the brand itself is invisible by design because the person wearing it is the brand. I'll explain more of this in a few minutes. I'm just going to fill out these other ones. I know I don't have the founding story just yet. I'll do it some other video. Okay, what are we? We are a fragrance brand built around the idea of a future self. Not who are you today, but who you're becoming. And who are we not? We're not a lifestyle brand performing minimalism. And most importantly, the problem we solve is that the niche fragrance market is full of brands trying to look unbothered, but they still feel branded. For example, Molecule, Le Labo, they feel very branded. I'm still working on this idea, so it's not super clear, but what I'm trying to say is that when I hold a brand like this, for example, it feels like I'm holding a product because the shape is unique, it has graphics on it, and it just feels like a product. It feels like a brand. It doesn't feel like an object. And that's what my brand is trying to do. It's trying to appear so minimal that it's almost hard to tell what this brand is. And that is intentional. That's by design. For example, if you look at this bottle, okay, yes, it has 02 on it, but you can't really tell where it's from. You can't know how much it costs, where this brand is. Only those who would know where this comes from would know. And it creates a circle of exclusivity because if you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. And maybe the brand, the initials will be at the bottom of the bottle. But the whole point is that the brand is invisible because There are some people, including me, who don't want to wear brands. If I could choose between a cap that has no logos, no nothing, just a black cap, or a cap that has a logo, I would choose one which has not. My hoodie is just a blank white hoodie, has no logos, nothing. I would prefer if the label at the back of the hoodie also didn't have anything. And the same is with perfumes, and they're not that common. If you're wondering where I'm getting all this information, how can I know this? I'm a brand strategist, so it comes easier for me. But I built this template. It's available for you too. You can learn exactly what to fill out in each section and how to build a brand yourself. You can get the template. You just need to go to my website. You can get it. You get a template, you get a workbook with examples and exercises, and you'll be able to produce and fill out the same document and know exactly what to do. Describe the customer. They don't want to be seen wearing anything. They want to be low-key. Or on the other hand, they want to draw attention to themselves, because if you wear a brand, the attention is on the brand and not you. What is their relationship to fragrance? They use fragrance to feel a certain way, not to impress. They appreciate discovery sets and novelty. They notice quality, read ingredient lists. I'll come back to the customer in a moment. I'll fill out the pricing strategy quickly because I have it already done. Don't need to think about it too much. Essentially, for the full size, it's going to be 145. Discovery set 160, and discovery format is going to be like 38. I fill out the packaging direction as well. So the first reference, I generated this with Gemini, and it's not perfect because I need this name to be smaller, and the brand name is also shouldn't be that visible. I'll fix that in a moment, but it's just to give a direction for myself about. Well, actually, I'm going to put this here. This is also not perfect because I don't want the box to be this ugly. I don't want that. Okay. This is kind of the direction. I know that for packaging I want a more circular, round shape. Very possibly just the shape of a lipstick, because the shape is, for me, important. I don't want a rectangular shape like this. Although it looks good, I really like how it looks, it doesn't feel good in my hand. I would rather hold something that's circular because it doesn't dig into my palms, the corners. That's the idea for the bottle. Cylindrical, no sharp corners, heavy glass. It should not feel flimsy at all. It's smooth, no label, only the fragrance name. The name is going to be somewhere on the base, most likely. Heavy magnetic cap, matte black metal, smudge proof. It should feel almost clinically clean. It should not collect smudges at all. Clear glass. Heavy base. The cap has no logo. Maybe on the inside it could have the logo. Brand presence is going to be very minimal, only on the base or the cap. Outer packaging, I want this to feel, I have a very specific reference, and let me show you. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to show the brand name on camera, but here is a box, and you can open it. It's like this. It feels very nice. The material is a bit textured, it feels structured, it feels satisfying to open and close every time, and I'm keeping it on my shelf. It's almost like a treasure. That's what I want the outer packaging to feel like. It should feel like part of the product or part of the brand and part of the bottle and not separate. That's what I can fill out now for packaging. I'll need to come back to this later as well. Channels, the primary channel is going to be DTC, so direct to customer. The vocabulary is going to be somewhere between elevated and technical. I would say more technical than everyday. Humor, almost non-existent, but it's not that there's zero humor. Formality, I would say semi-formal, and sentence rhythm is more punchy than immersive. Personality, we're gonna be talking in second person. I realize I will need to be thinking about this a little more. I cannot just fill out the entire strategy in 1 hour, but what I have filled in so far is the section about who are we, mostly done with the personality and voice part 1. So formality is semi-formal, vocabulary is mostly technical, more punchy than immersive, sentence rhythm, and not completely non-existent humor, but very dry. I've also filled out the pricing strategy. I have direction for packaging, and I have social media, kind of. I'll keep strategizing, filling out the document, and post another video where I explain each page in depth and show what I did.